This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is episode 128. This week we're going to take a little bit of a right or a left turn, depending on who you are. I don't have an agent on the podcast today, and I don't have a vendor on the podcast today. I have she is a vendor, but she is a marketing professional like myself. So we're going to see how much I know. But we're going to interview her. But let's pay the bills first. So we always got to make sure and let everybody know that the podcast would not be possible if it wasn't for my team at both of my offices, including Jennifer Smitis, the Houston Division President, Mike Snyder, the Sales Manager, Caitlin Cornick, Devin Van Wyn here at the Sugarland office, and Gracie Lagos and Melissa Crusoe over in the Richmond office. You guys and everybody that works with us. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have a podcast. Also, if you subscribe and or you watch the podcast and you are a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area and you'd like to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and we'll get you on the schedule. Don't call me and expect to be on next week, because it's not possible.
You have special guests.
We're
already.
booked. Yes, we're booked for a couple of months, but we can get you on. So let's get started with episode 128. This is Alecia Stringer.
Yes.
And I already forgot the name of your company. It is
AleciaStringer.com. See, you got
yeah,
this. You got
no,
this.
I got that.
Success Dream Marketing.
Success Dream Marketing. Okay. So she is a marketing professional, and she's also a piano teacher.
Yes.
Voice. I was connected with her through a fellow friend, Eric, from
Eric
Christie from what's his company's name now?
He is our
He's an
inspector.
Inspector company. So sorry, Eric, if you're watching this, but I haven't seen or talked to him in a while, so he's probably not gonna be too mad. But he called me up and said, "Man, there's this marketing girl that you've got to meet. You got to meet her." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "You just got to meet her." So he connected us and we talked, and then you came to the Richmond office, and we spent about an hour together, and we do a lot of the same things and similar things for our clients, but at the same time, she offers some other stuff that I don't do because it's not something I need to do with what I'm doing in title. And so I invited her to be on the podcast because I think she has a lot to share. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and what you do?
Sure. Alecia Stringer. And I've been doing digital marketing since 2008, kind of when the market crashed, and figured out I needed another skill because I've been teaching piano and voice since like 98. Graduated.
Voice? You sing too?
See?
Nobody told me that. Okay, go. I don't have
Get my Alicia keys out or something.
I don't have a piano, so
Happy birthday or something.
yeah, there you go.
But people always saw me in my videos as I'm marketing, going, "You should have a voice for radio or something," and that's what kind of made me memorable because of all of the videos and stuff I did in the past, getting out there. So I love to work with small business, local businesses to help them grow their social media and do all the little things that saves them time. They don't need to do all the likes on their profile. They don't need to do all the join the groups, post in the groups, do all the little things that needs to be in front of their target audience, and trying to grow them more skills and be more agency like this today, and offer them more resources that can be with the AI, that's out there now. So navigating that crazy new world of digital and make sure their presence is in the right places.
A lot of people are still scared of AI.
Yep.
So
trying to understand and be ethical and all that, right?
I won't say that I was scared of it, but I was like, I don't need AI. I'm a marketing guy too. I already know how to do all this, and then I started using it a little bit, and I started realizing, man, this is easy, and it makes your life easier. Sure. Plus, it can put me in an airplane, jumping out of an airplane with a cape, landing on my feet, talking about Stewart Title.
Right.
And I'm scared of heights, so I'm not in real life ever going to do that.
Right.
but AI will allow me to do that.
Yes.
So it's very flexible. It's not near as hard as people make it think it ought to be. And I don't believe that AI is going to be taking over everybody's jobs in the near future. But AI is something that I think everybody should be using, especially if you're trying to market your company.
Some sort, in that or in the back end, clean up your system and processes so everything gets better.
So what are some of the biggest mistakes that you see businesses make using social media?
A lot of people miss that engagement part, being intentional with their post or why helping them solve the problem that's really out there. So some people just throw out stuff and forget the intention of who they're really helping.
Exactly. Yeah, like educational stuff and pain point stuff, addressing pain points and addressing why people are on there looking for stuff. They're looking for answers.
Right.
Yeah, instead of just posting pictures of you and your kids at McDonald's.
I know. We like to see the kids and the adorable.
Now, if you have kids and go to McDonald's, I didn't mean anything by it. Great pictures.
Yeah.
Not going to help you sell real estate.
The community. Be involved in the community.
Be involved in the community, exactly. Why'd you get into doing this? What motivated you to start doing this besides the crash and all that stuff?
Right. I started learning from a marketing company and went through just all the training they gave me, and someone notices all the action that I was doing, says you would be really helpful to help this chiropractor in like New York. Had a friend that was like, they really need some help, and I have not started a business. I had not helped anybody else, but she saw all the actions that I was doing from what I was learning. And I was like, you know what? I probably could help them. And I've created my own blog, my website, email list, and the whole thing. So I was like, I can do that for her. And she was a chiropractor in New York. I never met her in person. And did her WordPress blog, did her Twitter, Facebook at the time, and her email list. And I had enough knowledge of the format of the email list that once someone came into her email list, 100% of them became her client. And so that was another going, we tried to also realign. Once they're in the client, they need another email list. So we had more problems there. I was like, that's awesome to see that exchange. And I found several blogs that were viral topics that we feeded through her social media with Twitter and Facebook at the time. Now, this is like, oh my goodness, like almost 20 years ago. So it's amazing to see, how viral that stuff became, how recognized she was in town. She was one of 2 chiropractors in the town. So she was kind of already well known, but that made her stand out and be the lead expert because it's the things that I did in her area. In fact, it was so much that the people that were working for her going, hey, it was shared over here and it was shared over here, out of her area. But I was like, well, people travel through, and see the chiropractor, and didn't realize that was really good stuff, that it was shared in other places. And I just had one post recommending her, and people would just comment on that. That was the paid, advertising I did for her, a branded picture that she was well known in the area, and she had testimonials on that, on a paid advertising that I did for her. And so that was like a lot of awakening, going, these are the type of people I truly can help. She's a chiropractor. She didn't have time to do social media or a website or blog. And I had that engagement and community outreach all in the first client that I had. I was like, I learned a lot from that, and found ways to duplicate that now today.
That was 20 years ago?
Just about. It was like 2008.
Is
18 years ago.
So over the last 18 or so years, 20 years, how many different industries have you worked with?
So she was a chiropractor, and I want to say most of them are local. So they have a local brick and mortar business or home services. So the plumber, the cleaning lady, the handyman. I love all my clients. So those are.
Now, was that when you lived in New York?
I never lived in
New York.
New York.
Lived in New York. Okay. Because I was going to say she's here in town. She's.
I was living in. Where was I living? I was in Georgia at the time, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like little town Gray, Georgia, and my friend was like in Atlanta that knew this lady or whatever.
I used to work in Norcross.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So.
You might have known her.
Maybe, you never know. So what are some of the things so one of the reasons that you and I met is so you can help me offer other value to agents, and so I can help you maybe get some agent clients. What do you offer real estate agents? What is your program? What can you do for them?
They don't, there's a lot of things that they need to do, you know, branding wise or knowing that they need to know that. And once they know that, they don't need to spend the time implementing it or doing all the actions. So that's where I come in and say, send me everything that you've customized to know your brand, and I will get out in front of it. So I'll take the actions of making sure I'm liking in front of that target audience, the groups that they need to be in, the pages that they need to connect with, all those automated actions that they don't need to spend the time to do. And so it makes it a lot easier, hands off, for someone to say, hey, now I need it done for me. You know, I've got what I need to be in front of. I know who I need to be in front of. I got my branded videos or pictures or whatever needs to be done. And I know Alecia will do it for me, and I'll get out there and be done. Be consistent.
Who creates the content that you put on their social media?
I have a team. We can do that. I have a great team that puts some basic stuff together, and I can get them to approve it. Or if they have some resources we can use, it just kind of depends on their brand and style.
Do you ever ask them to create the content themselves, whether it be print or video or whatever, and then send that to you? And then
it depends on how in their face they need to be, because definitely realtors need to be relationship based. And so you can kind of guide them too on what makes them stand out, and like, hey, this is who you are, and why you need to have that video of maybe the first scene or whatever that has to happen in order so someone can create that relationship with them the best way. And that's what I was like, I need all your branded photos, or just so we can mix all that up, whatever makes sense that makes them stand out, so we can put that in place the right way.
So I've heard you say branded and things like that for the last 12 minutes that we've been talking, or 10 minutes we've been talking. And so one of the things that I try to instill in real estate agents is, if you want to do business with people that you've never met before, you have to convince them to know, like, and trust you.
Right. From cold to close.
The only way to do that is for you to get this out there and for them to hear you.
Right.
Okay? People aren't going to trust somebody they've never heard from before or they've never seen, you know.
Some sexy audio until they...
It's not that kind of podcast. But you have to get yourself out there. I'm not cutting this out.
Right.
So, but you have to get yourself out there. You got to get people to know you and think you're an expert, right?
Right.
So is that some of the things that you ask agents to do?
Or even all the business owners I work with going, hey, I would love doing your own audio, just a voice audio on your phone, whatever, that makes people understand the voice that they're hearing when they call, or even the person that they're calling, you know, whatever makes sense to make that transactional more real for them, more genuine, because we have so much AI that we're plugging in. And what is real AI? What do we have to say? This is AI, or this is what's helping me, or do you like my AI voice? You know,
Yeah,
I mean, we could totally do total lead generation with somebody else, but what makes that conversational or cold to close a lot faster for you?
Yeah, me personally, I would rather it be me. You know, I don't care what people think about the way I look or I sound. Just, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm trying to connect business and get leads. So I want you to believe that I can help you with whatever it is your issues are. And to me,
you're a resource that someone can come to.
Right.
You know a lot of people.
And video for me is the easiest, quickest way to get that out there. So list all the social media platforms that you work with.
Oh my goodness. I mainly do the main 6, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and I'm adding TikTok because there's been so much demand on that. I really have no demand on X or Twitter right now, but it's what that platform's changing and doing.
Well, 6 months to a year ago, there was not that much demand on TikTok because we didn't know if TikTok was even going to be around.
Right.
And people always ask me, why aren't you on TikTok? Well, because I didn't want to put a whole bunch of time and effort into a platform that may not be around in 6 months. So
take it away.
I just left it alone. what about Snapchat or any of those other ones, Pinterest and things like that? Are those?
Yes, I do Pinterest.
Okay.
The Snapchat is one I would recommend for maybe if you're really regulated, you kind of have a behind the scenes dancer, business or something, or little kids. But I haven't seen from any expert that Snapchat ads have worked for their business, especially
Okay.
the ones that I work with locally or anything.
What are the most common questions you get from your clients?
Probably just kind of some things to look for or what they can provide for me to make our jobs even easier. So I'm definitely looking for all the ways that they can be branded and say, hey, take a picture of your trucks, you and your trucks, you're a team, go get those professional videos done that show you're branded. What are the before and after things that people are looking for? Something to warm them up from they first got you to understand the process of they're going to be comfortable for you to come through their home, on who they're going to see, the next step, whatever those things that you are doing behind the scenes and that we can get out and make in the community. Are you going to events and promoting, different shows and stuff that you're out in the community helping other people? Who do you donate for? So those are the things I'm asking for those business owners and looking for so we can promote that and they're in front of other communities and other aspects, helping other people to make that grow.
So if you guys, everybody that's listening to her, that have ever talked to me about this, she's using the same words that I do.
Right.
Okay. So I got a witness here that does the same thing I do. So this really works. Okay, guys? I mean, we're not making this up. Do you do anything else other than social media? Do you offer anything else other than if someone comes to you and says, I need help with my social media, then you say, what's your brand? And they say, I don't have one. Can you help them create a brand?
Yeah, my team does pretty good on giving some ideas for logos and stuff like that. So I tell them all the different types of resources. Hey, if my team doesn't do a great job, I give them some referral references that I know other people around me do. Or if they've got, hey, I know I'm really restricted on social media and I've got that type of industry that I really don't want to be on social media. What other ways to get traffic to my business and things like that? And then I can show them the organic route. Are people searching for you? What does that look like? And get them into the AI boot camp.
There you go.
And then get them to, there's some more ad resources that are not on social media. Maybe they're at a location and they're pulling up information from other blogs or websites that are pretty popular. Then they should have an ad right there according to that targeted person. Like, hey, I was looking for a cat and I need a veterinarian. Your ad should probably be right there too. Something that makes sense and relevant to that audience as well. So you should have some different types of marketing. So they say on local businesses, they got to do several, the mail outs, the magazines, the social media. And I always ask clients, where else are you, as marketing wise? Because surely social media is not the only thing that they're doing.
Well,
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Please show me that you're networking. What groups are you in? What communities are you part of? And so social media can kind of connect those corners. And that's what makes, more of an online full presence. We can see what is missing on that. Oh, you're missing on Google Business. We need to rank that up. Or what's your relationship with Yelp or other, things that are listing sites that should be out there. So you can kind of see what's missing and make sure, you've totally, business is not on here. You're missing that part, or, do you need help putting that presence on there too? So things that grow on, as especially a new business owner needs to go. It's overwhelming to see all the places that you need to be at first.
Oh yeah, when an agent comes to me for the first time, Kevin, I need help. After the first hour, the first thing I ask him is this: now that you've heard all this, is this something you want to get into? Because it's probably not what you expected when you walked in the door. And half the time they're looking at me like, what did I get myself into? But they're running their own business. They're responsible for marketing and generating their own leads. Nobody else is. So you have to treat it like a business. Is it 100% necessary? Well, let me rephrase the question. Can you be successful growing your business and generating leads on social media without paying for ads?
Oh, sure. I've grown like a mortgage business that was doing paid ads on like one platform, and they're like, grow the rest. And I was like, okay, my growth organically with no paid ads excelled the paid ads that they were doing. They were like, you're doing too much. You need to stop. We need to delete these accounts so we can, monetize our paid stuff. And I was like, what?
Wait a
I
minute.
was doing more.
Why would they want to continue making money when
They couldn't control the organic growth because it was going more, and they were like, this is too much. I was like, what?
since when do you have too much new business?
So it was tricky balance to understand that once you hit organic growth and you have too much and you can't control it, what do you do too? Because the paid ads, you can stop it and you can
Right.
control it a little better. So understanding that balance of, if you grow too fast organically, can you handle it too? So definitely you can grow organically.
What do you prefer, or what do you recommend, Google paid ads versus Facebook paid ads?
Depends on the business, on how people are searching for them. Different businesses definitely probably have more volume through maybe Google on search than they do with Facebook, and it's a relationship. So probably want to consider that. And then typically if you're like, well, it's about the same, or what is the cost value on that? And typically Facebook ads are cheaper because they can be super more targeted of the audience that you're doing, and more ways to hit them in different ways. So you can target that a lot cheaper than you can the paid, the search Google ads.
Again, if you know who I am, you've heard that before. Okay, I'm a big proponent of Facebook ads. They're, for me, you're right. You can get more targeted. You get more bang for your buck. You get, now, depending on the type of ad that you create, you're asking Facebook to, you're paying them to give you more exposure, more impressions. I always tell agents that you'll generate the number of leads based on how good your ad is. And Facebook is not necessarily responsible for making your ad good. They're responsible for getting it out in front of as many people as
Give
possible.
me traffic.
Yeah. And so, as opposed to Google, which is completely the opposite.
Yeah.
And so, and at the same time, the competition in Google ads, there's more competition there in the same industry, in the same area, geographic area, than there is with Facebook. But they both work. It's just, I find that Facebook is less expensive and more rewarding.
Yeah.
So how does your program work? Are you a la carte kind of deal? Is it a monthly deal? Is it an annual deal, membership deal? How's it work?
There's lots of ways to approach the needs of someone. So sometimes I do evaluation first and give them like a month free to kind of see if my services will work for them. So that's a good, easy way to kind of.
Okay, everybody line up, a month free.
Doing that. Well, kind of to see, if we're going to work together and kind of see if they're going to need some services like that. And hey, I'm doing a lot of this on my own. Well, am I saving you time? Are you doubling up and doing more? Facebook's shutting you down because you're doing double something because you can't go too fast.
Well, you got to see if it's a good fit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So kind of like I do trials lessons on piano and voice as well, going, hey, let's make sure.
Oh, that's we forgot about to talk about that.
It's kind of the same concept. And then I do it per platform. So I charge a monthly price or give a discount if they're paying in advance, 3 months or 6 months in advance for that. So one platform, 2 platforms, or all the platforms that they need to have presence on.
Awesome. And this is a really important question that you got on your list here. What is the most rewarding part of your job?
I know, it's so rewarding to see people win and have going, you know what you did this month? I gained 3 new conversations and they all became in my business. Just little things like that. Those testimonials that come back and say, I really appreciate all what you've done. I've seen that you're true to who you are and do what you say you're going to do, because this industry is kind of flaky and finding the right people. They'll take your money and they're gone, and you don't know who you're working with in the country, out of the country, with all these VAs and who the experts you're relating to. So it's good to know the people that you can trust and that's going to do what they say they're going to do in the street, and show that with all the reports that I do. Going, we did do this many likes, we did join this many groups, and you're seeing that on your account or messages or whatever we needed to go through. So it's rewarding to see the wins that people grow in their business and things like that. That I made a difference. And some people do that for a couple months and say, hey, you did it for this month and this is the right connection I made and I don't need your services anymore. So I was like, oh, that's rewarding, but so sad too at the same time.
You're like, great.
So it happens sometimes.
Yeah,
It's happened 2 or 3 times to me. I'm like, that's amazing to see. I've made that connection for you. So you're gaining an asset. I think no matter when they use my services, they're gaining more of those connections that they probably would not have made otherwise. So it's heartwarming, I guess.
So as far as your business goes, what platforms are you on? Where can people find you?
On all of them. Ask Alecia Stringer, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. 2A Success has a lot of followers, but I have my name out there too. So that one. And Pinterest and YouTube. I have a lot of channels, so Alecia Stringer.
How many YouTube channels do you have?
Oh, good question. Maybe about 10. I do like 2 main ones, like me and my piano and different things.
So do you want to talk about the piano for a minute, real quick?
I've been teaching about
apparently she sings too.
And
So she teaches piano, and apparently, according to today, she sings.
today.
Just found that out today. So
Balance and balance.
Are you available for piano students?
Yes, I teach kind of on the corner of 99 and Kingsland and Katy, and I have a keyboard lab of 7 keyboards in a room, so I have a class going on. So it's really neat to see how they all are growing at different levels. We have lots of challenges, like there's a golden ticket challenge, and I tell them how many golden tickets can you get in a month, and some of them set some high standards of 100. Now, to get a golden ticket, you have to hit 196 or above on a song to win the golden ticket. So they're perfecting these songs.
What is 96% of mistakes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, rhythm and notes and put all that together.
So have you graduated any music stars?
I kind of have. I took one voice student from, scratch when she was high school to get her to audition for college. And then she took off on her own YouTube channel and kind of is still playing and singing today. And so it gave her more confidence in some of her voice and was able to make up her own songs and continue on her own.
There you go.
So it's neat to see her story.
So she's available for marketing help and for piano lessons.
And being famous if you want to be famous,
and being famous, yeah. Get yourself out there. So how do people get a hold of you?
Just go to aleciastringer.com. I usually have my schedule out there on the link to schedule time to talk to me or text or call me.
Okay. And do you want to give me your phone number here?
Sure. It's at the website too, 346-360-3386.
So Alecia Stringer, guys, marketing professional, marketing help, social media, piano, singing, she's first time on my podcast in 2 years, she's making me look bad.
Ooh.
So, but that's okay. There's another podcast next week.
Okay. Reason.
Yeah. So, Alecia Stringer, everybody, give her a call if you need any marketing help. You want to learn how to play piano, keyboards, learn how to sing, get famous, whatever it is.
Set your goals high. Let's hear it.
Exactly. AleciaStringer.com?
Yes.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for watching. I want to thank both my teams, and Stuart Title and Sugarland at Richmond, everybody that I work with. Again, the podcast wouldn't be possible without you. If you are watching and you want to be on the podcast, we've had a couple of people watching today on Facebook. Give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. This has been episode 128 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you, or a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds great. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.